After making a mistake, the truck nearly plunged off a cliff. Then, during a violent rescue attempt, it veered off the road twice in Gonzaga province. This is truly a terrifying place to witness. Here, in Hai Van Pass, Vietnam, a semi-trailer is hauling a tower crane, slowly moving along with the crane parts. As it approached the curve, the driver pressed on the accelerator like a sprinter, aiming for the top. Suddenly, there was a loud cracking sound of friction, and the truck came to a sudden halt. The semi-trailer's undercarriage had scraped against the road, but the driver managed to maintain control. With no other option, he had to reverse the vehicle and attempt the sprint once more. Due to the vehicle's long body and the cliffs beside it, the truck struggled for a long time to back up correctly. Finally, it was positioned properly to restart the sprint, but this time, it had not yet fully pulled in. The driver will never realize that he is about to encounter an accident. Recently, fans have been commenting that the updates are delayed because I'm occupied with acquiring a new vehicle. I purchased a Biadiha on Gwazi used car for just over $9,000. Nowadays, new cars are depreciating in value rapidly. If you possess a car that can be salvaged, you still have the opportunity to list it on the Gwazi auction. Whether you're buying or selling a used car on Gwazi, you're in the right place. Just be sure to quickly head over to the comments section and take a look at it. However, this time, much like the very first time, it got stuck in the exact same spot once more, and the immense inertia caused the front end to move up and down even more intensely. As we all know, the longer the car and the larger the radius of the bends and turns, the more pronounced the jerks of the sharp bends and the slope become. Additionally, the low bodywork indicated that it would be extremely challenging for the driver to navigate through this area, and by this time, he had already been stuck here for several hours, just before he reached the point where he could exit his car. Unfortunately, it was not an ideal place to get out of his car. In the next sprint, an even bigger accident occurred. Before the vehicle turned the corner, a loud bang happened, and the tires blew out. This caused the man in charge to jump in his seat, preventing the driver from going further. An hour later, the ambulance arrived, and rescue crews scrambled to replace the tires before dark. They drove in with a tow truck, ready to pull a semi-trailer and tie off the ropes. The men took command of the truck and directed it forward. Then another accident happened. The rope broke before the semi-trailer could move forward. Luckily, it didn't hit the man directing the vehicle. This time, rescuers replaced several chains, and the vehicle climbed smoothly. Just when we thought we'd passed through the bay of hairdressing, another accident happened, with the semi-trailer being dragged by the tow truck with more throttle. The chain connecting the two vehicles broke once more after the recent scare. Following the last scare, the commanding officer distanced himself from the vehicle and noticed that the semi-trailer wasn't equipped to handle such a heavy load around this curve. Consequently, under the guidance of the gathered crowd, the driver cautiously reversed the vehicle back onto the straight road, filled with fear and trepidation. The company then summoned a crane and an additional semi-trailer to offload part of the goods onto another trailer, allowing them to navigate the curve smoothly. The owner of the goods likely didn't anticipate that his attempt to save money by transporting a car would not only delay the delivery, but also incur additional rescue expenses.